Hey there YouTube, this is Showcase Watches. Today bringing you a quick video about the Omega SPEEDMASTER Professional, and this being a discussion about the watch that's sort of outgoing and the watch that's incoming. Obviously the 1861, as we know, is being discontinued, and the caliber 3861 is coming into production. And to fans of the channel who watch my videos, this will come as no surprise. I made a video 2-3 months ago about this very subject. I know somebody who works not in Omega but closely connected to Omega, and they give me the information that they know. It's not by any means factual, and you know, it is rumor or hearsay, so this is not factual. It's just what somebody I know who works reasonably closely in the industry, they tell me, so I bring it to you guys. The 1861 Omega SPEEDMASTER Professional being discontinued. This isn't big news. 2-3 months ago I made a video, releasing this, and it's not unexpected. It was always going to happen. The Omega SPEEDMASTER Professional with the 1861 was on the chopping block for some time, and I'm surprised actually it's taken Omega this long. In the video that I did, like I said, go check it out. I made some predictions of what I thought Omega were going to do with the watch. Some of them are true and are happening. Some of them are not, possibly just wishful thinking. But I can now confirm what is going to happen with the watch. And I've got a few speculations of what I think could happen to the watch, which isn't factual. It is just my opinion, based on Omega and Omega's style and what they do. As you guys know, Omega are not a brand that make small adjustments with their lines. They tend to make quite significant adjustments, and the information that's been released surrounding the Omega SPEEDMASTER so far is a little bit tame for Omega's style. I think they can go one step further than what people have already announced. And like I said, this isn't factual in any way, shape or form. This is just my opinion. So the Omega SPEEDMASTER Professional 1861 is disappearing. We know that. The caliber 3861, which is the Co Axial, is coming. We know that. The watch is going to remain in 42mm. That's true. On the case back of the watch, they are changing it from manned to human spaceflight. I believe that to be true. The dot above 90 on the bezel, I think is true, and that is going to happen. The thing I don't think is going to happen is, from what I've read and from what I've seen on YouTube, people are saying that it's going to be a aluminium bezel. Now, back in, I think it was it September or October when I did my initial video surrounding this subject, my information told me it was going to be a ceramic bezel on the Speedmaster. How true that is, I don't know. Like I said, this person that I know, it doesn't work on the factory line in Omega or anything, so they've got an idea, but it's not to say it's going to be the right one. It's just an opinion which I happen to agree with. I think the Omega SPEEDMASTER Professional will come out with a ceramic bezel. Nothing has been confirmed. There's been the so-called leaks on the Omega SPEEDMASTER so far, but they're not facts. They're not official leaks from Omega. Omega, Rolex, Breitling, all those companies, none of them leak information like this. I think the 3861 is a natural movement for the Speedmaster. They've done it already. The 3861 was first debuted in 2019 in the Apollo 11 50th anniversary, both the Moonshine Gold and the stainless steel. Both those watches had the 3861. The 3861 is the same movement as can be found in the new Omega SPEEDMASTER Snoopy, and it's also the same movement that's going into the Omega SPEEDMASTER Professional. All this is fact. All this is true, fact. The 1861 is definitely going. The case diameters are staying the same. The dial is being slightly altered, so it's getting a bit more depth to the dial. And it's also getting an applied Omega logo as opposed to the printed one that's on the current model. All the pushers, everything else staying the same. Like I said, on the case back, it's going to be changed from manned spaceflight to human spaceflight. That is correct. The bracelet is a point where some people are debating on the bracelet. The bracelet, as we know it on the current Omega Speedmaster, is getting altered. It's going to have a taper, a bit more of a severe taper to it, going from 20mm down to 16mm, as opposed to 18mm down to, I believe, 20mm down to 18mm. So it's going to have a bit more of a severe taper, which I am all in favour for. I love a taper on the bracelet, I really do. It's one of Omega's Achilles' heels, is that they don't put the taper on the bracelets, which is one area where I love Rolex for. I think Rolex, how they do their bracelets, is perfection. Omega have a bit of catching up to do. The Omega Seamaster Professional, if they tapered their bracelet, it would be a near perfect dive watch. Because they do it in just a block, 20mm at the lugs, 20mm at the bracelet, it's just a slab of metal. It makes it a little bit more, not tricky to wear, but you've got to be a bit bigger to wear the watch. So the 3861 movement, it's a fantastic movement. Manual wind, as we know. I'm just looking now, it's 21,600 beats. That's the frequency. 26 joules. It's a 37mm diameter and a thickness of 6.87mm. So it means that the watch isn't going to be any bigger on the wrist. It's not going to be any fatter. It could even be a smidgen smaller in height. The power reserve is going to be 50 hours, and it is anti-magnetic to 15,000 Gauss, which is that's the big thing, you know, the coaxial movements that Omega do. Fantastic movements, and in my opinion, the best in the industry. They really are fantastic movements. Yeah, the 3861, it's a dead cert. That's going to be in the new Omega Speedmaster. What is this going to do to the original 1861s? Well, from what I've been told, prices are going to be north of £2,000 more for the new model than the previous model. What that's going to do to the previous model, it's not going to make the previous model super desirable or super rare. What it is going to do is it's going to mean that the new one is at this level. Anyone who doesn't want to pay this price is going to look for the one cheaper. They're going to go for the previous model, and it's going to bump the previous model up slightly. So currently, the previous model, the 1861, here in the UK is pre-owned somewhere between 3,000 and 3,200 on the pre-owned market. Well, between 3 and 3,500. 3 if you're very, very lucky. 3,500 if you're paying sort of the grey dealery prices, about 3,500. But between 3 and 3.5. I think it's going to go from 3 to 3.5 up to 4 to 4.5. I think the previous model is going to bump up by 1,000, and I think the new model is going to go up to 2,000. My comment about the bezel going to ceramic as opposed to the aluminium is very simple. Omega like to do quite big changes. They don't go in for Rolex's small adjustments over a long period of time. Omega, when they make a change, they really like to make a change. A slight taper to the bezel and an applied logo and some different script on the back of the watch and a new movement isn't enough for Omega. I think Omega will go a bit further, and I think we know they're putting the dot above 90 on the bezel. We know that for sure. I think they'll go with the ceramic bezel. It's just my opinion. It's what I've been told is a possibility. I think they'll do it. What I would love to see, I was a bit disappointed when I saw all the rumours, the leaks, the information that's been floating around online and the doctored photographs and things. When I saw those, I really hoped they weren't true, because Omega have kept the same Speedmaster bracelet as what's on the 1861. Granted, they've tapered it a little bit. I would have loved to have seen the bracelet that's on the Apollo 11. You know, that beautiful, I don't even know how you describe it. When you wear it, the bracelet is like fluid. On the wrist, super comfortable. When I had my Apollo 11, it was a super comfortable bracelet, it really was. And I would love to have seen that bracelet on the watch. Now, how can Omega justify this price increase? A lot of people are asking. It's quite simple. Look at the rest of the Speedmaster range. Look at the prices of the rest of the Speedmaster range. The 1861, right, has been here in the UK above 4,000 for the last year. It was just below 4,000 2 years ago. The 3861 Speedmaster Apollo 11, 8,250. The 3861 Speedmaster Snoopy, I think that's over 8,000. They've got the Ed White at £12,000. Then they've got all the automatic versions, the ceramics and so on, and they're all £6,000, £7,000, £8,000. It makes perfect sense to bring the Omega Speedmaster Professional, the one true original. It makes perfect sense to bring that watch in at £5,500, £6,000. It makes perfect sense from Omega's point of view. Secondary market, obviously Omega is known for most Omega sports models drop 20% on the secondary market. So you buy a watch for, I don't know, let's say £5,000, you can buy it second hand for £4,000. So they drop 20%. However, most authorised dealers that you go to will be able to give you a 20% discount on most Omega models. So you're not really losing anything. As long as you're getting the discount, you're okay. Just don't pay full retail. That's all I would say is, when it comes to Omega, unless you're buying a super hot model like the Snoopy or whatever, don't pay retail. 20%, you want to be getting them with 20% discount. The new Omega Speedmaster Professional, you will not get 20% discount on that watch for some time. You've got to let it get out into the wild. You've got to get it into the circulation of the public. Let everybody buy one who wants to buy one. Let all the nutters pay the prices. Once they're on the shelf and once they're there to stay, that's when you can get your discount. Look at the Omega Seamaster Professional, the No Time to Die, the Grade 2 titanium, powered by the caliber 8806. Look at that watch. That watch, super hyped. When that first released, super hyped. Nobody could get one. You couldn't see them in ADs. They were near impossible to get. Today, you can log on to Goldsmiths, Watches of Switzerland. You can purchase them and wait 1 week, 2 weeks, and get one at retail if you really wanted to. Grey market, you can get them for £1,000 under retail. They get, now they're out in the wild. Now that people have got them, they're not super hot anymore. And this is what's going to happen to the Omega Speedmaster. Temporarily, there's going to be a hype. It'll be very, very short-lived because the supply of these watches will quickly meet the demand, and then it's going to be like all most of the other Omega range. They will sit in the windows and be available for all to buy. One of the reasons why I adore Omega. Rolex, on the other hand, you want a Rolex Steel Sports. You've got to beg and plead with your AD. You've got to have that relationship with your AD. You've got to spend an absolute fortune with your AD to get a chance of buying a Steel Sports. Not with Omega. Omega, you can buy a Steel Sports whenever if you wake up on a Monday morning and feel like you want a Speedmaster or a Seamaster, you can take a trip to your nearest authorised dealer and you can buy an Omega Speedmaster or an Omega Seamaster. That to me is brilliant. I don't care for the people always say you want what you can't have. That's not true. Some people want what they can't have. I want what I can afford and I want what I like. That's Omega for me. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think. What do you think is going to happen with the Omega Speedmaster? I'm going out on a limb saying that I think the Omega Speedmaster is going to get the ceramic bezel. So far, I've not heard anybody make that prediction. I think they will. They've done it on they put the ceramic bezel on the Apollo 11. They put the ceramic bezel on the Snoopy. They've put the ceramic bezel on a lot of other Speedmasters, all with dot above 90. I think they'll do it again. I think they'll put the dot above 90 ceramic bezel on the Speedmaster. I am going out on a limb on this one, and we'll see in a matter of weeks whether or not I'm right or not. As soon as Omega do their proper launch and they make it official, we will see what the watch comes out with. But me personally, I'm going to say it's going to be an aluminium bezel. I would love to see the bracelet changed to the bracelet that's on the Apollo 11. If you don't know what that is, check it out. It's a beautiful bracelet, and I've owned it. Obviously, they'll change the clasp because the Apollo 11 bracelet is for a bit more of a vintage-esque feel about it. You know, the clasp. I think Omega know that the Omega Speedmaster Professional bracelet that's just on the 1861 was not the most popular bracelet. I think they know that, and I think they'll address it. It wouldn't surprise me if we don't see some micro adjustment in the clasp, which the previous model didn't have. I think we'll see that. Omega make changes, and Omega make good changes for good reasons. I just don't think I don't think the current information is correct. I don't think all we're going to see is an applied logo, a dot above 90, and a bit of change on the text on the back. That's not enough for Omega. That would be sufficient for Rolex. Rolex would do that. Omega are much more... they're all about the innovation. Rolex are about preservation. Omega are about innovation. And I don't think it's Omega's style to make such mild changes. I could be completely wrong. If we were to talk about iconic watches, Omega own the icon. The only other icon that I can think of that comes close to the Speedmaster is the one here, the Rolex Submariner, and here. That's the only other watch that I can think of that comes close to the Omega Speedmaster for iconic status. It may be that Omega have so much respect for the Omega Speedmaster, they wouldn't dare make drastic changes to it. That's a possibility, and either way, I'm excited to find out. You guys know I love my Omegas, I love my Omega watches, I love my Omega Speedmasters, and I'm really excited to find out what they are, what they're going to do. Like I say, guys, this information has come to me by somebody else who works within the industry. They do not work for Omega, they work closely with Omega, and that's all I can say. For all you know, he could be the guy who delivers the bins, for all you guys know. So that's all I'll say. Like and subscribe to the channel. Check out my other videos. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think, and I will try and get back to you. So thank you for watching. This is Showcase Watches, and I will see you next time. Take it easy, and oh, if I don't make a video beforehand, Merry Christmas to everybody, and I hope you all have a Happy New Year. And let's pray 2021 is a better year and COVID disappears. So thanks, guys. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.